Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Welcome to First Paris Van Java International Seminar on Computer Science, Engineering, and Technology. Here I would like to present my research, Herbal Medicines in Treating Typhoid Fever, Correlation of Information in Indonesia News Portal, and Research Results. First of all, I would like to introduce myself as a presenter. My name is Anis Puji Rahayu from Pharmacy Department of Universitas Muhammadiyah Bandung. In this research, I did collaboration with Ms. Titian Daru Asmaratugon from the same department, Pharmacy UM Bandung. Okay, let's start the presentation. What is typhoid fever that we choose as topic research? Typhoid fever has become an endemic disease in Indonesia with a prevalence rate of 1.77%. This disease is an infectious disease mainly caused by Salmonella enterica serotype TP, or we call Salmonella TP. This is the structure or morphological of Salmonella TP. The structure is like a capsule with many flagella. Patients with typhoid fever have the main symptoms of fever. Initially, the fever feels mild and fine, then every day is increasing, accompanied by headaches, diarrhea or constipation, abdominal pain, muscle aches, anorexia. Without the right treatments, the death rate from typhoid fever ranges from 10 until 30% and decreases by 1 to 4% through proper treatment. The high incidence of fever causes many losses, including the reducing work productivity, increasing student absence from school, and spending a lot of money on treatment. Treatment of typhoid fever is carried out by using antibiotics that are able to specifically target STB, so the bacteria stop replicating. Eradication of STP to 90% is important to prevent relapse and fecal carriage. The first-line antibiotics for typhoid fever are chloramphenicol, ampicillin or amoxicillin, followed by cotrimoxazole, whereas the second line of therapy uses ceftriaxone, cefixime, and quinolone. Irrational use of antibiotics and non-compliance of patients in taking drugs cause STP bacterial resistance to existing antibiotics. Cases of early resistance to chloramphenicol-resistant typhoid were reported in 1972. At this stage, microbes are still sensitive to cotrimoxazole and amoxicillin or ampicillin. But in the 1980s and 1990s, occurred a typhoid outbreak that was resistant to chloramphenicol, cotrimoxazole, ampicillin, and amoxicillin. STP's resistance to the four antibiotics is called multidrug resistance. Microbial resistance to antibiotics causes many disadvantages, including the length of therapy that must be carried out by patients and the increase in cases of death due to infections that are not handled properly. Therefore, efforts are needed to minimize microbial resistance to antibiotics. One way that can be taken to minimize microbial resistance is the use of herbs with antibiotics or even the use of herbs individually. Indonesian people have long used herbs to deal with everyday health compliance and treat various diseases, one of which is typhoid fever. Along with ethnopharmacology studies related to typhoid fever, researchers in Indonesia starting in the 20th century vigorously conducted testing of herbs suspected of having antimicrobial activity against STP. This test can be accessed easily through Google Scholars. However, information from research results and scientific studies is not necessarily well conveyed to the general public, who tend to prefer reading information through the website. So, with this background, we have one question. Are these research informed well through the Indonesia news portal as information on the treatment of typhoid fever? So, the research purpose is to look at the correlation of news coverage on herbal-related information on curing typhoid fever with the result of research on antimicrobial activity against STP that has been done. The method for this research is observation of new portal websites with news related to typhoid fever from January 2016 to April 2020 and reviews of scientific publications on Google Scholars that show antibacterial activity against STP. The search keywords for information on the website are pengobatan herbal tipes and obat alami tipes, while the keywords on Google Scholars are antimicrobial activity, medicinal plants, herbs, typhoid fever, and Salmonella typhi. Next, I will explain the results and discussion. We found 24 websites that contain information related to herbal medicine in treating typhoid fever. Here, we pick two websites, healthsehat.com and the Asian Parent Indonesia. Information in Health Sehat website has been reviewed by physicians, but not all websites show that their article has been reviewed by experts. In this slide and two next slides, we present the list of websites addresses that include in 24 websites as the research result. From the websites, we found 17 herbs that used to cure typhoid fever. 5 herbs were not proven to have antibacterial activity against STP, and 1 herbal, namely guava flowers, Psidium guajava, was not found related references. 4 of the 17 herbs are daun basil, or Ocimum basilicum in Latin name, and then garlic or bawang putih, Allium sativum, and then cuka apple or apple cider vinegar, and cengkeh with the Latin name Syzygium aromaticum. This graphic shows the frequency of citation of 17 herbs in websites. Ocimum basilicum, Allium sativum become the most cited with each value of 16.67, then followed by apple cider vinegar with the value of 15.38 and Syzygium aromaticum with the value 14.1. These herbs give the total frequency citation more than 60%. We can say that these herbs dominate citation in websites. Other herbs are honey, curcuma longa or kunyit, and then Lumbricus rubellus, or called extract cacing tanah in Indonesia, Vaccinium macrocarpon or cranberry, citrus lemon or lemon, Psidium guajava, floss, in the form of flower or bunga jambu biji, Vitis vinifera or called raisin or kismis in Indonesia, Curcuma santoriza or temulawak, Andrographis paniculata or sambiloto, Jatropha gossypifolia or daun jarak merah, Garcinia mangostana kulit manggis, Annona muricata daun sirsak, and Strobilanthes crispa or daun keji beling. After we search on Google Scholars, there are 5 herbs that no activity against STD, shown by white color bars. One herb was not found related references or has not been published research yet, shown by black color bar, and 11 herbs have activity against Salmonella typhi. For all of the data we found that 78% of herbs confirmed have activity against STD and only 19% herbs that confirm no activity against STD based on Google Scholar search. There are 4 types of herbs that dominate about 60% information on the website. That is basil leaves or daun basil, garlic, apple cider vinegar, and cloves. These 4 herbs have been widely studied and proven to have activity against STP. Almost all herbs that are proven to have antibacterial activity against STP have flavonoids. Flavonoid is metabolic secondary metabolite in plants. Flavonoid compounds work by inhibiting the enzyme peptidoglycan transpeptidase so that the formation of cell walls is disrupted and cells become lysis. Herbs that do not have antibacterial activity against STP in this study are honey, worm extracts, or extract cacing tanah in Indonesia, sambiloto leaves, castor leaves, mangosteen skin, and soursop leaves. Information that has not been scientifically proven as mentioned above must be corrected and as much as possible get a preview from the expert. All related information should be conveyed openly on the website so the public gets clear information and does not feel disadvantaged. This is because access to health information through the website or news portal is now more preferred by the public. There are still a lot of herbs that have been studied but do not appear in the news portal. These herbs include Sapodilla manila, gatal leaves, kenikir leaves, guava leaves, langsat skin, banana peels, and hundreds of other investigated herbs. It is necessary to write research results in electronic mass media to facilitate people in accessing the information on herbal medicines that have been proved as anti-Salmonella typhi. And the conclusion of this research is as many as 78% of herbs mentioned in the news portal of Indonesia have been investigated to have antibacterial activity against STP. Here are the references we use in this research. We would like to thank you all committee of first PVJ-Is ComSET. that have been arranged this seminar very well, and to our institution, Universitas Muhammadiyah Bandung, for funding this research and seminar. Thank you for watching my presentation. Billahi taufiq wal hidayah, fastabiqul khairat. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.